They say some forests are alive, their roots like veins, their leaves like lungs. But the Kamyaka forest was different. It didn't just breathe, it had a stomach. For generations, travelers who entered its woods were considered not lost, but digested. Caravans would vanish from the path, leaving behind only the eerie scent of overripe fruit mixed with old blood. The elders in the nearby villages didn't speak of bears or tigers. They spoke of a twofold hunger that lived in the gloom. They called them Hidimba and Hidimbi. The brother, Hidimba, was the forest's raw fury. They said you heard him before you saw him, a sound like mountains grinding together, like ancient trees being snapped in two. He was a walking avalanche of muscle and rage, a beast of pure cannibalistic instinct. His was the crashing, screaming, messy end. Survivors, though there were few, would speak of a giant tearing men apart as if they were bread, his roars shaking the very ground. They spoke of his hot, foul breath and eyes like twin coals burning in a face of granite. But the true terror of Kamyaka was not the brother, it was the sister. Hidimbi was the forest's cunning. She was the shadow that fell before the avalanche. Where her brother was sound, she was silence. Where he was rage, she was a terrifying calm. Villagers claimed she could weave illusions from moonlight and shadow, crafting mirages of safe havens, of lost loved ones waiting just beyond the next tree. She didn't chase her prey, she drew it in. Her scent was not of rot, but of the intoxicatingly sweet saptaparni flower, a fragrance that promised paradise. A lost merchant, delirious with thirst, would suddenly find a clear, cool spring. A soldier separated from his platoon would hear a woman's gentle humming, a lullaby that felt like home. They would follow the sound, the scent, the hope, right into the heart of the trap. They would find her sitting by a rock, impossibly beautiful, her form cloaked in shadows that clung to her like a second skin. Her smile was a perfect crescent moon carved into a face that promised bliss in delivered only bone. She was the artist, he was merely the hammer. Her whispers on the wind would paralyze you with a false sense of peace. You'd stand mesmerized, watching her long, dark hair move in a breeze that you couldn't feel. Notice her eyes held no reflection, and only then would you hear the ground begin to shake. That's when you would see her perfect smile widen into something impossible, unhinging slightly at the jaw. That's when you'd hear the thunderous approach of her brother. She didn't have to hunt. She simply had to sing her silent, deadly song, and the lost and lonely would come to be devoured. For centuries, this was the law of the Kamyaka, an engine of hunger with two parts, the lure and the bludgeon. It is said that great heroes eventually entered that forest, that a battle was fought, and that the brother was slain. But the stories the elders tell are different. They say you cannot kill a hunger that ancient. It only changes. Even now on moonless nights, some who live near the woods claim to smell a strange, sweet flower on the wind. They say if you listen closely, you can still hear a sound carried from the deepest parts of the forest. Not the roar of a beast or the clash of a battle, but a soft, gentle humming, a lullaby calling you in.